happy Monday. Happy beginning of the week. I'm so glad that you are here this evening, whether you are live or whether you are watching at a later date on the replay. Say once you hop on either the live or the replay, say hi in the comments and or hashtag replay. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm kind of out of my rhythm tonight. What do I say next? I do want to let you know I'm live in 3 locations this evening. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your comment feed, that person may be on a different platform. Also, if you are watching from my private Facebook group, there is a permission link in the description of the video. If you click that, that just allows StreamYard permission to pin your profile name and pic to your comment. You can choose not to hit that link. Just know that your comment will show up in my feed as Facebook user. I'll say hi to you and I'll respond to your questions. I just may not know who I am responding to. So with that, let's go to our comments. I see that Jason is watching. Miss Bonita says hello, hello, hello. Jason says he's watching from work this evening. So welcome. And if at any time during this project you like what you see and think others would enjoy watching it, please feel free to share the crafty love around Facebook and YouTube this evening. And as always, tag your crafty friends, invite them to watch along with you. Hit that heart button, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, like, turn on notifications, all of that fun stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. Hello, Miss Cheryl, and hello, Miss Margie. Welcome. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Sorry, I'm a little late this evening. Jason's at work, and so I've just kind of been lazing around. I cleaned up dinner and all that kind of fun stuff, so I'm on a little later, but that's okay. So, if you were with me a couple weeks ago, you remember I did the big garden flag that had the rooster and it said "My rooster, my rules." Well, I took just the rooster and I chalked the rooster on this rail sign, and the rail sign it has literally a rail cut out of it, so you can attach things to this bottom rail. So I'm going to be using this chicken wire fabric, and we're going to be tearing it into strips and attaching it to this rail sign. So that's one project. And then I've had this IkonArt kit in my stash for a couple of years, and sadly it took me a year to get it out of the box, and then it took me almost another year to actually finally use it. So I have made some custom silkscreen transfers. I had somebody that wanted a custom order, and so I made this God is Good silkscreen, and then this all the time is going to go over it. So what this IkonArt system, it's very similar to Couture Silkscreens. Bonita says the rooster is gorgeous. He's a lot like his cousin from the garden flag. Yeah, it was really fun to do. So this will be available at Junk in the Trunk, or I can make others as well. So these little silk screens are very similar to Couture, only you can custom make them. So you can get blue screens or you can get purple screens. I believe one of the mesh, I think this is a larger mesh. I don't know. One of them has a smaller mesh than the other, and one is a little more sticky. They have a clear backing on them. So this is not as sticky as a Couture transfer, but it should work. So what you do is literally you print out your artwork on it's called an inkjet or a laser film. It's a lot like a transparency. Or I cheated and I actually cut mine design out of black adhesive vinyl. So have your artwork on the clear film. You stick your silk screen. I forget what they call this stuff. I don't remember. There's a term for this particular sheet. So you stick it on the light base, and then you stick your artwork down, and then you stick a heavy piece of acetate on top to kind of stick everything down. And then this is UV reactive. So I turn on a UV light, and it's basically an emulsion system where everything so it basically cooks everything, It heats up everything. Actually, no, that's not correct. So this, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's kind of rough. So everything that the light touches kind of turns hard. And so everything that was underneath the black vinyl, so all of my lettering, stays soft. So once you're done exposing it to the UV light, you take it to the like a high power sprayer, and then you literally spray it down, and all of this stuff that was soft because it didn't get exposed to the UV light disappears, and you're left with just the screen. I hope that makes sense. But there's YouTube videos about it. It's a lot of fun. I got really wet because I think I made like 3 different sheets. The sheets come in 10 by 12 or 11 by 18. So I just did a couple of 10 by 12s. I had like, this wasn't. There were other things on this sheet. And then I had this sheet with a bunch of other little things. I don't see them laying around. Let me see if I can find them. Show you what else I made if I can find them. Probably not. Oh yeah. So I made this one, and I already made a t-shirt out of it, so I need to get a picture of that. Somebody says science. Yeah, there was a lot of science. And then I made this one, turn I wish into I will, so I can make a notebook with that one. And then mom mode all day, every day. So it was a lot of fun. So we're going to see how well it works. I think I'm supposed to be using the purple ones because they are a little bit more sticky than actually than the blue ones. But I couldn't find my purple ones. And because this is clear, you definitely need to write down what the back side is, or you could also like clip a corner. That way you always have to match these corners up. So that's another idea. So let's pull this off again. And my customer wanted some fall colors. See, it doesn't even stick, but it still should work. It worked great on the t-shirt. I'm just kind of eyeballing this. That'll work. And for my fall colors, I picked saffron, moss, berry, eucalyptus, and rust. Are those fallish enough? I think they are. So I just got to figure out what order I want to do them in. I don't want the two. Looks like a pretty fun. So I have 5 colors. doesn't look. That God looks a little crooked. I think it's okay. Okay, so I think we'll go ahead and just start making our colors. Ooh. So again, I've got eucalyptus. This one is saffron. It's one of the new in vogue colors. Berry. This is rust. Some of these may not be available anymore. And this one is moss. It's one of the new in vogue colors. I think we'll go with that. I wanted to use Academia and or the Midnight Sky, but I thought they were kind of dark because I want to use black for all the time. Okie doke. I'm wondering if I should probably wax. I should probably wax now that I've got that stuff down there. So let me get my wax out. And I think, so this is the original color. I think this is either a homemade foam, a homemade watered down acrylic. Yeah, I think I mixed Java chalk paint with a little bit of black acrylic, and I used a baby wipe to wipe it on, and then I went over it with white chalk paint. I'm not even sure that I've sanded this. So let's give it a good sand first, too. That might help. Sorry about that. Not very prepared. But that's the story of my life. Okay. That feels a lot smoother. Okay, so I'm going to warm up my wax just so that it spreads a little easier. Just adding a layer of surface wax just to kind of fill in any of those nooks and crannies. Kind of give me a little bit more smooth of a surface. Away. Okay, now let's get back to where we were. So now let's put this back down. These seem to be a little bit more static, clean-ish. than they are sticky. But okay, so let's get going with eucalyptus. So I'm just getting some on my squeegee. And I'm just going to cover the G. So again, I want to reiterate, this is not a Couture silk screen. It is an IkonArt custom silk screen. We'll do the O. So this is saffron, one of the new in vogue colors. It's really pretty. Oops, mustard yellow. Way too much. If you get way too much out, you can put the excess back in, as long as you didn't drag it through another color. Oh, that's a beautiful color. So I can remember when I made this silk screen, I think I dropped the transfer paper or the transfer tape weird on my vinyl. So some of the letters are slightly crooked, like I think the G is tilted this way a little bit, but we're going to call it handmade and be good with it. So this is berry. It's a bit thick, so I'm hoping it goes through the silk screen. And add some water to this one. Hello, Miss Ashley. How are you this evening? So let's hope that went through. Not as well. It's super thick. This is why you don't want to let your paste get so thick, because then it doesn't want to go through the silk screen very well. So I'm definitely going to have to add some water to that one. So this is a custom order for another vendor at Junk in the Trunk. She saw my rag strip signs, and then she saw a t-shirt in the next booth and said, "Can you make one of those rail signs with that t-shirt saying?" And I was like, "Sure." So that's what we're working on. This was a custom IkonArt silk screen transfer. And she wanted fall colors. I'm going to go ahead and do, hello, Miss Amanda. So this is the new moss. It's one of the new in vogue colors. There are 5 colors: saffron, moss, cherry, which is a really pretty Christmassy red, Hay Pumpkin, which is more of kind of like a goldenrod orange. I don't think it looks very orange, but so there's freedom. So Jason says the colors are beautiful. Thank you. She wanted fall colors, so no, I gotta do the whole thing. There, that's better. So far, this is what we have. So we have Goddess, God is. I really like these three together. Okay, so let's do shoe fly, shoe fly. So then we'll just go back in reverse. He's not wanting to leave. So we'll do rust. We'll kind of go back the way we started. Make sure if you like the project, I think others should see it. Make sure you're spreading the crafty love. Most of you have been here before, but if there's anybody like on the replay or something that wonders why I keep pulling the silk screen up after I do a letter, I don't want my paste to dry in my silk screen, because if I let it dry in the silk screen and then I go to pull it up, chances are that paste will pull up with the silk screen because it's just dried in there. And so to keep from having that happen, I've just been pulling it up after each color. And plus, this is the first time I'm using an IkonArt custom silk screen on wood, so I'm also just making sure that it's going well. I don't want to paste the whole project and then find out that I didn't do it correctly or it didn't work. So I'm just adding a little bit of distilled water. My berry's a little, it's dried up a little bit. And if your paste isn't the right consistency, it has a hard time going through the mesh portion of the silk screen. And you want to use distilled water, that way things don't start growing in your chalk paste. I'm just going to use a different squeegee because that one's kind of baked on, stuck on. This one's probably still a little stiff, but it's better. See, I can't even hardly pull it off. It's so stiff. Dried out. There's a spot. I had a clump of paste, and so it didn't go through, but I'll fix that. So now let's do our last get away fly. Silly fly. There you go. Ashley says when I go live, she should go downstairs and work on her paste jars. You should shop with me. So that was saffron. And then we have, I'm just going to go ahead and do the I think that saffron will be okay. My eucalyptus is a little stiff. Go on the floor. There, that's pretty. Just kind of moving some of this stuff out of my way. I'm going to come back in and try to fix this D. Or the O. So I'm going to I'm going to flip the O upside down and get a clean so my sign would quit shifting. Try to get a clean piece of that silkscreen. It's not perfect, but here's the reason why my paste dry up like that is because I don't clean the outer edge very well when I'm done. So that lets air in. So don't do as I do. I'll clean that up all later. But okay, so let me get all the lids on so I don't accidentally pick them up later. So then we'll come in with our second layer. And I think it's just going to be black, I think. And I'm going to clean off my fingers. I have colors everywhere. Okay. So then we're just going to place all the time over that. I'm just going to burnish where the silk screen is. I'm going to come in with another squeegee. Okay, cross your fingers, everybody. Sorry, I'm concentrating so I can get it all done in one fell swoop. Oh, Jason's crossing his fingers. Just a little spot. Right. Still a little pesky spot. It might be where there's a big clump of wax. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. Okay. Set that to the side. I just need to get a small little paintbrush. I am going to dry that first, however. Jason says he loves it. Thank you. It is super cute. So to fix this little spot right there, there may have been some wax there. There may have been a clump of something. I'm just going to wet this brush down, pick up a little bit of black. Kind of paint that in. You can't even tell. So I fixed a little spot in the A, and then I think the end of my tail, E, the tail end of my E didn't get fully chopped either, so I fixed that. So now I'm going to have to, I don't know what kind of fabric I have to go with this one, but we'll get started with that other one. So there is the goddess Dippin'. Yeah, the G's a little that way, but that's okay. Let's put that to the side. This fly needs to go. I'm not going to do all of this on camera, but I just want to show you how I finish off these signs. Everybody just says love, love, love. Let me go back out so people can see it. Okay, so I need a pair of scissors. And so I bought, I don't know how much I got of this. I've got way too much, but it's about 44 inches long, I believe. So I usually just kind of cut, I'm just kind of floating it all over the place. Oh, it sticks. Let's move those clear out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to use my mat and cut make some 1 inch, some snips every inch or so. Okay, we'll start with that. And so once I get these little snips cut, then I literally just tear. And the more strings, the better. And just, you can mix and match fabrics, which is probably what I might do on the other one. I don't know. You can use macrame yarn. Okay. We'll start with this for right now. That's probably plenty. This is one of those things you could do in front of while you're watching TV. So I just have my strips. So literally, except for I should probably cut the selvage edge off. Kind of the branding strip. So I literally fold it in half. And I think the loop goes towards the back. So I put the loop in there. I think that's, and I pull the tails through. Nope, I want it that other way. I never can remember. It's either forwards or backwards. Okay, so this time I want the loop on the front. I'm going to tuck it towards the back, and I'm going to put my tails through the loop and pull it tight. I like to have it look like it's a kind of a bow tie, and your strands may get twisted. You can be picky about that if you want, and you can tighten it up. So then you just keep gathering your strips. Fold it in half. Put the loop through the back. Pull it. And then pull your tails. And you can adjust the strips up here so that they're right side up if you want before you pull it tight. You can use fat quarters, although they will only be 20 some odd inches wide. But I've used those, and I just hot glued two pieces together to make one long 40-ish inch strand. Again, put your loop toward the back. Pull your tails through. So this is called a lark's head knot. So that's your vocabulary lesson for the day. Or you're not making lesson for the day. And it's the basic knot for most macrame projects. So you're going to fold your ends. Put your loop through to the back. Pull your tails through. And you're going to have lots of strings by the time you're done. I think that's what gives it its character. Okay. So then, and if it hasn't, like some of my selvaged edge didn't have any writing on it, the ones that have writing on it, I'm kind of getting rid of it. And then you can go back in and even out your tails if you need to. Ugh. My nose is itchy. So again, fold your fabric in half. Take your loop, put it through to the back, pull it down, and then you're going to pull your tails through that loop. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Forget that's there. Get a little wild. Anita asks where I get all the signs with these the rails. Well, Jennifer from CJ's cut these for me, but so she cut them on her laser. If I ever get my laser up and going, I hope to be able to get some of these cut so I can supply you with some of them. But I had Jennifer cut them, and if you reach out to her before I get a chance to get my laser up and going, I'm sure she'd be able to. She'd cut some for you. I loved making these signs. They're a lot of fun. But if you know someone with a router, you could just cut a square out of like 1/4 inch plywood, and then you can take a router and cut out this rail piece. But I need to get my laser up and going so I can cut some. Ashley says they're cute. They're just a lot of fun. So I've got, I think I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's only 8. So I bet we're going to need about 20 pieces once we're all done. So I'll just go to this. I think I may not do very many more. There's only so many fabric strips you can watch me tie, right? Okay, that was all I cut. Okay, so I think I'm going to finish there for the evening. Benita says that material was so perfect for this project. I had it in mind, and I thought surely Hobby Lobby carries chicken wire fabric, and sure enough, they did. So yeah, I think it's going to turn out really cute. All these strings. There's just so many. Okay. So there's our cute little chicken wire fabric. Let's go over. Just want to remind you of the Club Couture transfer for the month. It's Explore Your World. This is an exclusive B-size transfer that only club members and designers have access to. So as a club member, you get this DIY subscription kit mailed monthly to your door. So it comes with the B-size transfer and then 3 paste singles. And this month's colors are Dune, Eucalyptus, and Shimmer Copper. There is a 3-month minimum commitment to sign up, but you can cancel at any time after 3 months. If you have previously been a Club Couture member, but you have let your subscription lapse, you are able to join this month for $10. So and now is a great time to come back, because starting with August transfer, you will get a free chalkable shape that coordinates with your transfer at no additional charge. So they're adding on to the Club Couture program. So you want to get in now so that you can get all of the additional perks. So if you've been a member before, you can come back this month for $10, and then your 2 remaining months will be regular price. I think that's it so far. And then there is a Try Me kit. It's the Make Your Own Waves kit. So this has been curated at 20% off retail price. It includes the Make Your Own Waves 5x7 transfer, the white 5x7 board and base, and then 2 paste singles in teal and tide, and a mini squeegee. And then there's also, I don't have a graphic for it, but I believe there's still free shipping. Oh, not free shipping. Spend $50 this month or till the end of the month, and you receive I believe it's a 20% off bounce back coupon that you can use in August if you make a $50 order between now and the end of the month. But I don't have a graphic for that, so my apologies. Okie doke. Let's go back this way. Okay, so thanks. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Thanks so much for joining me this evening and or later on the replay. I should be back live again on Wednesday at hopefully 7:15. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching.